too nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Hi, welcome to Slice of Alice channel. This is Alice. This is my dear friend Nelson and
Hi.
Fuzuki.
Hi.
Today we're just sharing some of our experience of how we transferred from De Anza Community College to Berkeley. Yeah, right now we're at Berkeley. Just want to share like how we know each other. Like I met Nelson on the bus.
Yes.
From De Anza College. We're both heading to orientation.
We were both late.
And being lost at De Anza.
Yeah.
And then after 2 years, we successfully transferred to Berkeley. And then now we graduated and then we are back just to have a campus tour to recall some good memories. And with Fuzuki, she's my housemate for 2 years, basically.
Yeah, we met in De Anza. At the end of De Anza, maybe we went to orientation together at Berkeley.
Do you guys like Berkeley?
Yeah, I loved. Yeah.
Especially where we are now. Yeah, it's very peaceful and relaxing.
We're at Memorial Glade. This is where I used to take my naps in between classes because it's pretty central on campus. Yeah, and it's a nice day today. You can see behind us is Campanile.
Are you glad that you went to De Anza and then got transferred to Berkeley?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, De Anza, I think it's a good community college. There was a pretty good international students community. I think actually that's how we met each other, right?
Yeah.
Like International Student Volunteer Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. The professors I thought were pretty good. Overall, I thought De Anza was a pretty good college.
How did you know about De Anza?
My family used to live around here, so we were looking into Foothill College and De Anza College at the time. And I think, I guess De Anza College was more international student friendly campus and just in general more international students, and Foothill had more local California residents and high school students. So it was more for me between like, do I want to learn more English in kind of like the authentic atmosphere, or like do I want to focus on transferring and just like getting to know more international students and transfer to a four-year college. So I chose De Anza because of that reason, to be able to have a stronger like possibility of getting into like a four-year university. So it's more about weighing the options.
So you graduated high school from Japan, and then you go to De Anza as freshman.
Yes. Yeah.
What about you, Nelson?
So I learned about De Anza because my high school friend actually lives in San Jose. So she told me about De Anza. And I just decided on De Anza just because, well, I have a friend in the area, so it's slightly easier to adjust to the American life. Yeah, I just heard really good things about De Anza.
So you graduated from
Indonesia,
high school,
yeah.
and then transferred. Oh, I actually didn't graduate from high school, but I heard about De Anza when I'm in high school, like second year, and then one of my counselor like transferred from De Anza to Berkeley. So then I'm like, oh my god, I want to go too. So I just go to De Anza. So what major were you in when you were at De Anza?
I think I was doing more, taking more child development classes in psychology, but at the end, because I wanted to major in psychology in a 4-year, so I took mostly psychology classes.
I took political science classes because I knew I wanted to transfer as a
Political science.
poli-sci
So
major.
you're child development at Berkeley.
Yeah, because I also applied for San Jose State, so they had child psychology majors, I think, up there. So I was doing kind of both. I was trying to like balance both psychology and child development.
So how did you know like what major you want to go for when you're at De Anza?
No, I don't know if there's kind of like a one moment where I'm like, oh my god, this is the major that I want to major in. But I remember my first quarter, I guess, or like my first year in De Anza, I just took a bunch of different classes. I mean, some of them were required anyway, right? At some point, I thought I was interested in psychology, so I took a bunch of psychology classes, and then I remember taking one of the required poli-sci class, and I really enjoyed it, so I just started taking more and more. I knew at least like I didn't want to major in like hard science. It's too hard for me. But yeah, I really enjoyed poli-sci, and always really interested in international relations, so I thought that just kind of like makes sense for me.
So You think De Anza College has like good professors?
Yeah,
Studies?
I think so. I mean, I remember really liking. I think it was international relations class in De Anza. They were all very open to giving you recommendations and suggestions. You know, like office hours. Going to office hours were always really fun. Talking about the different things with the professor. So I thought it was a good experience.
And also, you took lots of psychology classes.
I think I really like the introduction to psychology class I took at De Anza, so that's what made me want to pursue the major in psychology.
So I think De Anza is quite a good place that we can explore different interests.
Yeah.
It's not too pressure, and the professors are nice.
I mean, I think in general, your first year is a year of exploration, right? So I think being at De Anza, especially because it's cheaper compared to other four-year universities, so I wasn't too afraid about taking too many different classes. So that's just kind of like an advantage of community college in general, I guess.
Do you think you worked really hard to get into Berkeley? Like really focus on like getting good grades?
Yeah, I think that's something all of us did. I think.
I was.
For me at least, because I went to like a high school, Japanese public school, and it was hard for me to just keep up English instructions at the time. So for me, I feel like I had to keep up with everyone. It was like not having the equal start. But
did you end up with a good GPA?
I don't remember what GPA I had, but for like, I guess I'm not really great with science and math, so I think I had like slightly lower grades for that. But I think as long as you have a good GPA for the classes you are planning to major in, or the breadth, so just the general requirements, I think it's okay. Like even if you have a B or some C's, as long as you are getting good grades in other areas, or you have like a specific purpose for you to go to university, like a strong extracurricular activity or something. So it just needs to balance out, I think, if your grade.
How's your grades in
De Anza? I don't really remember anymore. I mean, I remember it wasn't bad. I remember thinking that I have to maintain
at least 3.5, right?
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking. I think I didn't. My first year, I wasn't really focused about these are the universities that I want to like transfer to. But I remember thinking that I have to at least maintain 3.7, just because if you want to be admitted to the top universities, those are kind of like the expected GPAs, right? So I think I always made sure that I have to maintain that. But
did you also join lots of like student clubs when you're in college?
I don't remember.
I know we all met in International Student Volunteer Club, and we were all members. Just members and participating in some volunteering work. And then did you join any other clubs?
I was one of the officers for the Indonesian student club. I think it was also kind of like ingrained in me that you have to not only be a member, but you have to be like an active
officer.
Kind of like showing you're responsible. You have kind of like that
leadership
skill that most universities are looking for. So
I was a Taiwanese Student Association vice president as well. And also volunteer members. How about you? You just
I don't think I took any really leadership roles in terms of like being an officer for a club, but I worked at the child care center at De Anza for several months, and then I did a bunch of like private tutoring outside of school. Not much within the campus community, but I did take part in one or two, I think, at De Anza.
What about in high school?
No, there's not. I was in like the tea ceremony club, Japanese tea ceremony club. So that's about it.
Because I remember when I applied, they also asked you if you do any extracurriculum in high school. When I transferred to Berkeley, they also want to know how my grades was.
I think we had to turn in the transcript.
Oh, really?
I remember having to ask my high school, to translate it in English for me, and they don't do that often. So.
You don't remember that part?
No. My high school grade was terrible. I'm surprised that I got accepted then.
So it gives people hopes. So like if your high school grades is bad, you can still get into Berkeley.
Yeah.
And you
Case in
didn't do
point.
any leadership activities.
No, I just went home
In high
after
school.
school and sleep. Yeah, no, I didn't.
Wow, that's a big change for you at
Yeah.
the end of it.
Yes.
You did a
I
lot.
think it's because, like, you know, being an international student, the tuition fees are like crazy expensive, right? So you just kind of have that thoughts in your head, you know, like, oh, you have this responsibility that you have to
Yeah.
take school seriously just because how expensive it is. I just don't like that notion of like, oh, you have to go to good school to make it in life, right? Because it's not, I guess, like, it's not the only thing that matters. I mean, like, of course, being in Berkeley, it opens up a lot of doors, but
Yeah.
I just don't want to diminish, like, I don't know, like, I
Other
guess other
schools.
schools.
Yeah. Because I mean, different schools have their special. I mean, some schools are better in different majors than Berkeley. Doesn't mean like Berkeley is the best.
Yeah.
Also curious, like, what did you write in your personal statement?
It's been so
Do you
long.
remember?
10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. It is. Oh.
Actually, I wrote about my Japanese tea ceremony club I was in high school. And I wrote about that because I thought maybe not a lot of people would experience the same
Yeah.
thing as I did. And that was a huge part of my high school life. And then I think I wrote about why I'm interested in pursuing psychology and minoring in education in a 4-year university. So yeah, those are the questions, answers. Yeah.
I don't really remember anymore. I think it was something along the line of the importance of education, because it's kind of like my parents didn't go to, like, they didn't even finish middle school, right? Because they just grew up like in a very different era. So I was given this opportunity and like the luxury of education, and I understand, I guess, like the importance of it and how it can really open up many doors. And I think I wrote something about why I was interested in international relations and policy in general, but it's
Wow.
been, yeah, it's 10 years ago. I don't remember anymore.
I feel like your story might really move the reader.
I mean, I don't know about
Because-
that.
Well, we never know.
Yeah.
We really don't know.
Yeah.
When you transferred, did you apply to many schools or just
I think UCs.
UC? Only
Yeah.
UCs?
Yeah, UCs and some CSUs.
Yeah, I applied to a few private universities in the East Coast as well. Yeah,
Okay.
I applied to many just because I was really
Did you
scared
got
that no
into-
one would accept no one would accept me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get into I think all of them. Yeah.
Then why did you end up choosing Berkeley
Oh, Berkeley was just the best one that
out of?
out of all the ones that I applied to. But I actually almost didn't apply to Berkeley. I submitted my application I think like an hour before the
Oh no!
because I was so convinced that, oh, there's no way that Berkeley was gonna accept me. I was
Wow.
like, yeah, I'm just
First
gonna-
didn't apply.
Yeah.
I think it's a waste.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, you know what? I was
Because
like
he
a
really
poor
pays for it.
student. I was like, that's like another $90. Do I really want to
Yeah,
spend?
it's expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
and then I put just some money. I'm like,
Yeah, I
so-
was scared too. I applied every single UCs.
Yeah.
And I actually got into all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
did you regret coming to Berkeley, or you think it's a not bad decision?
No, I think it was like a great decision. I mean, I'm sure even if I decided to go to any other university, I'm sure I'd still have a good time. So I can't say that, oh, this was a better decision.
Yeah,
right?
we
Because
don't know
how, do
how,
I, yeah.
how is it like in other school.
Yeah, but like I really enjoyed my time in Berkeley. I mean, in general, I love being in the Bay Area. I met a lot of really good friends here. I mean, I met my husband here, so that
also
was a,
your boyfriend.
yeah.
Oh yes, yeah. I met my long-term boyfriend in Berkeley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a good place to fall in love. But yeah, the food is great.
Yes, we just have Gregor, one of my favorite restaurants.
And I think like you're really exposed to like really excellent, like Berkeley is just like one of the top universities in general, right? Like you have like these amazing professors. Being in Silicon Valley just kind of opens up a lot of opportunities. So yeah.
I like the location wise. It's close to San Francisco, close to Silicon Valley,
Yeah.
and it's convenience, a lot of food here.
I think so. It's a city university, so it's like it's compact, and there are a lot of restaurants and shops surrounding the university. So it's just really easy to get by on foot, pretty much. much, like, and the transportation is pretty good around here. So yeah, I felt like really comfortable studying here.
Yeah.
Well, if you have to say what you don't like, do you have anything?
I guess like living in any place, there's a possibility that you know it might not be safe, like at night,
Yeah.
or if there's like not enough people around, or if you know it's not a super safe area. It's just you need to be kind of vigilant if
So-
you know that there's like crime around.
So we
happening.
always have a pepper spray
Yeah,
at
and
night.
taser.
Yeah, and at Berkeley there's like bear walk.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever used
I
theirs
never
there?
used it, but yeah, I
It's
remember.
just kind of weird to use it, but I think we shouldn't be shy. I know like some girls like take bus shuttles. Oh, bear walk is that if you want a police to walk you home, then you can call that number.
You guys, is there anything you don't like about?
Also the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a bit dangerous to walk at night.
It is next to Oakland,
Yeah. So it's nice to always to like go in groups if you have to go home. That's why I'm lucky that we can live in the same apartment.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. I'm sure there's something. I just can't think of it.
Can't think
right
of it.
now.
Never in a good mood today.
Yes, I'm just romanticizing my time in Berkeley.
Okay, I think that's it. Thank you for the interview.
Yes,
Sharing all the experience, my audience.
yes.
We don't know how many people will watch it, but I think it's a good recall for us
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, maybe 10 years, 20 years later, we can watch as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
So-
interesting.
So like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Ask your comments below or whatever vloggers say.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Behind the scene.
Oh yeah, you should have told the story about how you guys met in Dianza.
Oh, yeah.
Later, when we're in
We'll do
Dianza.
Davis then.
Maybe we'll go to Dianza or something.
Yeah.
Mm.